Sister Wives fans convinced Meri Brown madly in love with Katy. Sister Wives fans are convinced that Meri Brown is still madly in love with her ex-husband, Katy Brown. The two were legally divorced in 2014 and then got a church release after leaving the plural family in 2022. Yet, viewers do not believe she is truly over her ex. Keep reading for more details on how they feel. Is Meri Brown still madly in love with Katy? It was not easy for Meri Brown to concede her marriage to Katy Brown was over. Though the two had legally been divorced since 2014, she constantly held out hope. She wanted to believe that Katy would come back to her and feel the way that he once did. However, the two had not been intimate in a decade, and he was never coming over to see her. He even said that he was done with her romantically and would be fine if she found someone new to be with. That feeling was intensified when his third wife, Christine Brown-Woolley, left the family. It appeared he would have rather kept Christine and lost Meri. Still, Meri stuck around, and fourth wife, Robin Brown, used that to her advantage. She knew Meri still cared for Katy and was loyal to their faith, so she begged her to stick it out. Eventually, Meri chose herself over the family and announced her exit. When she was leaving, Katy was there to help, and they had some sentimental and silly moments. That has led fans to believe that she is still very much in love with Katy. He branded Meri Brown his favorite ex-wife, which is flattery coming from Katy. As they were giggling and even being flirtatious, fans could not help but feel Meri would take him back in a heartbeat. Meri would get back together with him in a heartbeat if he asked. Oh honey, she would. She's still madly in love with him. Her behavior was obvious. A twisted breakup love story. When Katy Brown dropped Meri Brown in Utah, he broke down and cried. He had so many emotions, and many had to do with how this chapter was ending. Plus, his life did not turn out the way he had planned or had hoped. Seeing him cry was hard, and fans did not appreciate what he was doing to Meri. There he goes messing with her head and heart again. This is not funny. I think Meri is laughing to cover up her true feelings. It is really sad to see. Hopefully, Meri finds someone who treats her right and learns what real and true love is. Yet, if she still has lingering feelings for Katy, that may be hard. Meri Brown sipped her steaming cup of tea, her gaze fixed on the misty horizon visible from her front porch. The Utah air was crisp, carrying the faint scent of pine and impending snowfall. It was the kind of morning that demanded reflection, and Meri's thoughts, as they so often did, spiraled back to Katy. The man she had once called her soulmate, her partner in life and eternity, was now a distant, almost spectral figure in her life. Yet, despite the chasm that had grown between them, fans of Sister Wives were abuzz with speculation. Social media threads and forum discussions lit up with theories. Meri was still hopelessly, unshakably in love with Katy. Was it true? Even Meri wasn't sure. Meri's journey with Katy had been a kaleidoscope of emotions. They'd started as a young, idealistic couple, the foundation of what would later become a sprawling, complicated family. She had been the first wife, the one who shared his vision of plural marriage. They dreamed together, laughed together, and even cried together. But as the years passed and the family expanded, the bond they once shared began to fray. The fracture had become undeniable after the catfishing scandal, a humiliating chapter that Meri wished she could erase. She'd been lonely, vulnerable, and searching for validation when she fell into the trap of an online relationship. The fallout had been brutal, with Katy's trust in her evaporating almost overnight. And yet, despite everything, Meri found herself tethered to him in ways she couldn't fully explain. Fans dissected every episode, scrutinizing Meri's body language, her expressions, even the jewelry she wore. On one occasion, she had been spotted wearing a necklace that she had once described as a symbol of hope. It was a gift from Katy, given during the early days of their marriage. Social media erupted with interpretations. Was Meri clinging to the past? Theories ranged from wistful longing to outright denial. "I think Mary's still madly in love with Cody, and it's heartbreaking," one fan tweeted. "She deserves so much better." Another countered, "She's not in love. She's holding on to the idea of what they used to be. That's different." Mary, of course, had no way of responding to the noise, but the whispers found their way to her, as they always did. One evening, while flipping through old photo albums, Mary lingered on a picture of herself and Cody from their early years. They were standing on the edge of a canyon, the wind whipping through their hair. Cody's arm was wrapped around her, and they were both laughing. The memory hit her with a pang of bittersweet nostalgia. Christine had once told her that she needed to let go. "You're chasing a ghost," Christine had said bluntly during one of their rare moments of camaraderie. "Cody doesn't love you the way you love him." Mary had bristled at the time, but deep down, she knew Christine was right. Cody's affection had grown colder, more transactional. He had stopped seeing her as a partner and instead regarded her as a peripheral figure in the family dynamic. But how do you stop loving someone who was once your entire world? There was a quiet resilience in Mary that fans often overlooked. While the others had sought greener pastures, Christine with her newfound love in David Woolley, Janelle with her fierce independence, and Robin with her enduring partnership with Cody, Mary had stayed. Whether out of loyalty, hope, or something more complex, she remained a fixture in the family, even as her role diminished. Her B&B, Lizzie's Heritage Inn, had become her sanctuary. It was there, amidst the creaky floors and antique furnishings, that she found solace. Yet, even in her happiest moments, Cody's shadow loomed. When she hosted guests or celebrated milestones, she often caught herself wondering, would Cody be proud of me? The truth was, she didn't know. One particular scene from Sister Wives had become a lightning rod for fan theories. It was a simple interaction, Mary sitting across from Cody during a family meeting. She had smiled at him, her eyes soft and warm, even as his demeanor remained aloof. "Did you see the way she looked at him?" a fan wrote in a Reddit thread. "She's still head over heels." Another chimed in, "That wasn't love, that was pain." Mary had seen the episode herself, and she couldn't deny the charge of emotion in that moment. She had looked at Cody not as he was now, but as he had been, the man who had once promised her forever. As winter settled over Flagstaff, Mary decided to confront her feelings head-on. She booked a solo trip to Sedona, a place she'd always associated with healing. The red rocks, the expansive skies, the whisper of the wind through the canyons. It was the perfect setting for introspection. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of orange and purple, Mary wrote in her journal, "Do I still love him, or do I love who he used to be?" The question hung in the air unanswered. Back in Flagstaff, life moved on. The family continued to navigate its fractures and realignments. Christine's engagement to David had added a new layer of complexity, and Janelle's insistence on setting boundaries with Cody had further shifted the family dynamic. Mary watched it all from the sidelines, her heart a mix of emotions. She admired Christine's courage, envied Janelle's strength, and pitied Robin's struggles to maintain the semblance of a unified family. And Cody? He was as enigmatic as ever. There were moments when he showed flashes of the man Mary had fallen in love with, but they were fleeting, like the flicker of a dying flame. In the end, Mary realized that love isn't always a choice. Sometimes it's an unrelenting force, refusing to let go even when it's clear that it should. Maybe she was still in love with Cody, maybe she wasn't. What she knew for certain was that she was learning to love herself, a journey far more important than clinging to a man who had long since let her go. And as she stood on the porch of her inn, watching the snowfall gently blanket the world around her, she felt something she hadn't felt in years: peace.